Fresh meat.
Jack Finney's 1955 novel The Body Snatchers gave us the 1956 B-movie hit, along with a modern classic, or, well, I guess 44 years is long enough to call it vintage. God, where does the time go?
When I was a young man, struggled in the fight.
But 1978's Invasion of the Body Snatchers became the definitive version of the story, though credit must be given to the 56 original, especially for being the first. But I think most would agree that the Donald Sutherland-led entry is the one that had that magic spark, lightning in a bottle effect. Not to mention ending so perfect, so precise, that it holds up just as well today as it did 44 years ago. Oh, and not using any music during the credits, just leaving us with absolute loss.
Perfect.
Yet the version I'm here to discuss today is one that has largely been forgotten and lives in the corner of the 90s horror, ripe for rediscovery. I'm here to tell you about the great readaptation, or interpretation, from 1993. A flick with all the angst and art that the 90s would be known for. A style and vibe that has always resonated with me personally. Body Snatchers. I want to thank you guys for watching The Black Sheep, and ask that if you enjoy our shows, please subscribe to our channel right now. Like this video and click on the bell so you can be notified each time a new video goes up. And now back to the show. With the original entry clearly about the fears of communism, the rest have always seemed more like a Rorschach test for the current time. Vietnam, hippie culture, the slasher craze, and what that is in relation to our innate fear of the others. But I'm not nearly as interested in just the political leanings of a movie. As everyone should know, if politics come before the story, everyone is fucked. And that's why Carpenter gets a pass, but something like the new Candyman can seem a bit cringy at times. With the 93 reimagining,
Abel Ferrara
focuses on the same paranoia as both projects before, though he does seem to pick more from the 78 version. Yet he finds the suspense not intense dialogue, but more style. And I'm gonna be honest, this is the special effects led version, and yeah, I'm all for it. What's the story? Taking the same plot points as every other version, Ferrara takes his loss of individuality versus the collective and sets it on a US military base. Steve Malone is an EPA agent sent out to Alabama with his family. His wife Carol, daughter Marty, and son Andy. It's here his expertise will help the military with a chemical problem on base. In this version, we follow Marty trying to acclimate to her new life while slowly realizing that things are not right. Maybe it's because I was raised on the 80s horror craze, but I'm all for a teenage Marty replacing Steve as the story's protagonist, and in doing so, the perspective. But the teens here never feel annoying or make decisions so dumb or rude that Ed O'Neill would need to correct it.
And I'll hit you so fucking hard your dog will bleed, okay?
Yeah, it's just an excuse to mention the Great Dutch. Gabrielle Anwar holds her own as the grumpy lead who hates being dragged around the country, yet has the wits to take charge when need be. Minus, of course, the awkward attempt at an American accent.
You never listen to me. I don't know why I bothered to talk to you.
The grunge-ish angst adds to the time period vibe, along with her punk friend Jen, played by a personal favorite, Child's Play 2's Christina Elise. There's something so cheesy about the relationship that it just warms my nostalgic loving heart. And Christina Elise embraces the hell out of it. I mean, we even get a drunk and distant mom trope. But Ferrara being Ferrara makes it work as a key indicator when things start to change. Then there's Meg Tilly, who absolutely runs with it here, and steals more than a few scenes as Steve's new wife Carol. Tilly has a sweet and soft-natured voice, which is utilized flawlessly when she gets taken over and becomes an other. Again, Ferrara being Ferrara, uses her sexuality and seductiveness in such a way that more than a few good men went down around the base with this sly tactic. One, she's gorgeous. And, I'm sure this is probably a body double, but I need to add a bit more cardio in my routine because I'm nowhere close to breaking hearts as she is here. But the single best scene in Body Snatchers comes from Tilly being as badass as one could be. Once Steve wakes up mid-transformation, he decides to nope right the hell out of the house, and an already potted Carol's trying to calm him down. He's rightfully freaking the fuck out, and she just bluntly explains that there is nothing he can do.
Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna run? Where are you gonna hide? Nowhere. Because there's no one like you left.
Like I said, this version has the best special effects the series has done before or after. Unique, off-putting, and like all good things of the yesteryear, practical. Marty relaxing in the tub while she slowly gets taken over, with her double in the ceiling. The version of Steve's first double dying from being unfinished. I hesitate calling anything scary because I truly think the best you can ask for as a grown adult is unnerving. But for being a 29-year-old movie as of this recording, the pod people have a creepiness about them that comes with a practical effect. And something that just would seem cheap and less effective if it went the CG 2011 Thing route. There's something about the military setting that works well here. A place that, under any other circumstances, would be the safest and well-guarded, quickly becomes a prison itself. Ferrara knows how to use a location with its clean, bland look. The uniformity of everything fits so perfectly as the walls close in around Marty. Since this is just a different perspective of the same basic tale, we get to see what it would be like as a world war takeover, repopulating the world with military planning and execution through operational tasks. We get the always great R. Lee Ermey as General Platt, and it's nicely played by Ferrara, having Ermey play it low-key.
That'd be a hell of a lot more dangerous to start moving this stuff around than it would be to leave it alone right where it is.
I don't even think he yells at all, and though more of an extended cameo, Forrest Whitaker kills it as Major Matthew Collins. Man, I'm so glad I got to live in a time where such a unique and stylish soul could exist. Whitaker is the man.
Beauty tips according to Forrest Whitaker.
He has an emotional breakdown scene where he realizes he may be one of the very few left. Acting-wise, it's raw and on point. The directing is moody, with the right amount of style, and again, playing off Whitaker, Ermey commands the screen with his presence alone, the calm and centered demeanor. Now, is there a deeper meaning about the need for groupthink in a military setting, the cost of war, or occupying a foreign land with the '93 version of Body Snatchers? Yeah, probably, maybe. But instead of getting a message-heavy blog post, and yeah, I know this was before,
Abel Ferrara
uses his provocative sensibilities over the need to educate while keeping more than enough to chew on if one wanted to dig deep. If anything, there is more of an overt sexuality that not only defines this version, but fits perfectly within its early 90s mindset. It was a time of optimism. It was sort of a second sexual exploration. Hell, DVD porn helped, with Jenna Jameson becoming a household name not long after this. Not that this goes too deep or anything, but at least the same themes are presented and shaped in its own way, giving this version not only a vibe that is wholly distinct, but makes this the most adult version. But like the late 80s, which had some remnants left in the early 90s, this ends in the best fucking way possible. It's not just great.
It's amazing.
Like Mr. John Rambo, Marty and her handsome GI Tim take a combat helicopter to escape, being the only survivors on the base. It ends with an out-of-place, yes, but great revenge montage. Though Body Snatchers had some trouble getting released, multiple writers doing polishes and even rewrites, I mean hell, even Stuart Gordon and Larry Cohen get a credit here. I must say, even Roger Ebert gave it a great rating, claiming it was his favorite version. So in the end, I'm here to pitch one simple idea. Give this a watch. You can find a good Blu-ray on Amazon for a good price. If not, you can watch it here for my non-physical media collectors. 90s horror has always been the bastard son, and Body Snatchers is an exceptional version of a well-worn story that does quite a few things better than the two that came before. Does it rely more on horror, style and action, over intense dialogue and impending doom?
Goddamn right.